How exciting.
All right, welcome on in. We are out here on the Kake courtyard. Forgive us because we are a little distracted. Blue Angel 7 just flew over the
incredible.
Kake courtyard.
Very impressive.
Blowing smoke and everything, which is incredible because it wasn't that long ago I got to fly with them. So
yeah.
How about that? They just flew over. All right, we got to talk about something. Bob, we are talking about measuring, marking, and cutting today.
That's the basics.
We're talking about the basics here. And while we do that, let's talk about safety when it comes to this before we get into this, because we're actually going to do the real thing out here. Carly thinks I should take off my tie. She thinks getting this thing caught in a circular saw might be dangerous.
Not a good idea.
So
not a good idea.
You're saying like loose clothing, maybe not a good thing. So let's get rid of that. But
safety glasses.
Safety glasses, great thing. I got my glasses on here.
Okay,
should I put these on over? Here we go. We can put them on over.
Even better.
All right. So what do we need to think about when we're marking? Because this can be really simple, or you can kind of go a little more complex.
Yeah, measure and mark. If you got a ruler, you got a short distance.
Yeah.
You can mark off.
And most people have a ruler.
Everybody's got a ruler. But if you need to go farther than a foot, you can use a yardstick, and you can go up to 3 feet, but you're limited to 3 feet.
And it's also kind of cumbersome to carry it around.
Hey, what'd your grandpa use?
Yeah, this thing right here. Now, a lot of people don't know what this is, but
folding ruler.
Folding ruler. I mean, really, really handy. You can put it in your pocket. And,
that's right.
Like I said, it's kind of an antique if you got one around.
But what everybody uses today, what all of our guys use, is a measuring tape. So let's say you want to measure, you need a board that's 28 inches long.
Okay.
Right?
And what are you using there to mark this? Because this isn't a regular number 2.
No, it's flat. You know why it's flat?
So
Frank?
It won't roll away.
So it won't roll away, especially on a roof.
Yeah. Carpenter's pencil, real handy. They're just kind of big and chunky, so they mark well on rough surfaces.
Right. And they're also a constant 1/2 inch wide. 1/4 inch deep, so you can use it to space your boards on your deck when you're building your deck.
I never thought about that. That's handy.
This is handy as a pocket on a shirt. It's called a speed square. So we made our mark here, but you want to go square.
Yeah.
And this will give you the square mark for when you're using. And I think now, well, you want to advance the cut. I guess we should point. This is a bigger part.
That's a bigger one?
Bigger carpenter square.
Here's a big one if you're doing drywall work.
Drywall work, you betcha.
Which, I don't know, I just recommend. Every time I do drywall, I wish I hired it out. But we got different types of squares there, and we're also going to take this tool down here. We're going to kind of move our way down.
Bring a pencil.
All right, bring a pencil.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of saws here. Those are cordless saws, but we're going with the corded here.
Right.
And so if you're wanting to cut a 2x4, you've got your line. What are things to think about when you're actually going to make this cut? Where do you cut at?
You want to make it, first off, you want to line up and make sure that you get a square cut.
Okay.
And then when you hear good carpenters out carping, and one guy says, cut a board for me, the other guy needs to ask, leave the line or take the line.
Leave the line
I always prefer to leave the line. That way you know you didn't cut off too much.
Okay.
But, here's the first line of defense. You can use your thumb as a guide.
Okay.
Get it started. Take you a couple of days to build a house like that.
Yeah, it would.
What most people will, next line of defense is this. You can see we put the line right there in the center of the groove.
In that little notch.
Takes a little bit less time than the handsaw.
And you can see here, and maybe you can see here, like the line is left on here. So that's always a good thing, because even with a saw like this, like you could go and shave just a little bit off if you needed a little bit more off of there.
If you could, and we're going to talk about that with that saw over there in a minute.
And if we wanted to mark something bigger, like we have a piece of, I got it right here.
Right. So let's get the tape. So I got a nail down here in case I didn't have somebody here to assist me like you.
Okay.
So I put the nail where I want my widths down here, and I'm measuring from the factory edge, not the cut edge.
Okay.
So we're at 21 1/4. Frank, I'm going to come over here. 21 1/4.
All
See
right,
that
so
line,
mark
Frank?
it right there. So we're going to put this, so this is a chalk line. If people don't know what this is, this is a lot handier than maybe trying to draw a long straight line, especially if you don't have a...
You see how that eye hooks around the nail and it's perfectly on the line? Now you snap it. Now you see how you got a nice long line, Frank, that's perfectly
And then we could
straight.
run it right along there and hope that we got a nice steady hand. But when we're talking about making cuts, obviously this one here, a little more coarse. This one here, a little more accurate. If we really, really want to make something accurate, we got to go down here a little bit further. What are we talking about here?
This is a beveling miter saw. So, and you can see the great thing about this is it's safer because you're not pushing the saw, you're holding the board.
You got this nice guard around here to kind of help protect you.
Right, and everything is set and it's nice and square. We're square up against the fence. When I cut this board,
I mean,
it's going to be a perfect square in this direction and this direction, okay?
And when you're working in a house, where is it most important to have these, super detailed cuts like this, whereas you might be able to get away with just a circular saw?
Trim carpenters have to have one of these because you want the nice square cut. And another thing, a lot of trim carpenters, when you're framing a door, you're going to cut 45s at the corner of the door. So with one simple adjustment,
we move it to the side there.
You're on a 45. We're not going to mark this, but he's going to mark, or she is going to mark their distance. And Frank, they've got a nice 45.
That looks good. It's
what
nice and
real
clean.
trim carpenters do is they'll cut it just a little bit long. They'll go check it, and then they'll come back over, Frank, and they'll say, "I just need to take a skosh off." You know what a skosh is?
Well,
it's not very much. Okay? So I don't know if the camera can catch it, but we can take.
I mean, there's nothing even left. It's just sawdust at that point.
And there's no way you could do that
with a handsaw or a circular saw.
Right.
We've gone through a lot of tools here. Some of them very simple that people have, others a little more advanced. If people are thinking about taking on a project like this, it's always right to have the right tools.
It is.
They can call you if they say, you know what, that's a little more advanced, or maybe they got an idea with something simple that we have here.
And I don't have a photograph of it, but my daughter and son-in-law, they're not carpenters, they're athletes and occupational therapists and project managers. They built a wall in their house for one of those fake fireplaces with this, that, and that.
And you can do it.
And they did it themselves.
Hey, we got a little surprise here at the very end here.
We do.
Your lovely wife, Jo, she's going to wheel out a wheelbarrow here.
Yep.
And you guys are helping to really kind of kick off our school supply landslide. It started yesterday.
Yep.
And I tell you what, this is the biggest load we've got so far, I think, coming in. Why is this important to Mr. Handyman?
Because kids getting a good start is critical to their success, to the success of our society, and some are more fortunate than others. My wife's a first grade teacher. She saw kids that didn't have a lot of supplies. She knows how hard the teachers work and how much the teachers need the supplies for the kids. So we got some backpacks and pencils and notebooks, and we appreciate Kake initiating this effort.
We're happy to help get it here and distribute it out. Thank you so much, Bob, for coming out. Jo, thank you so much for the donation of school supplies, and thanks for coming out. I learned something
Thanks
today.
for having us, Frank.
It's been great. And if you'd like to contact Mr. Handyman, here's the information for you. It is on the screen. Mr. Handyman, locally owned and operated. Give him a call, 316-768-5151. We've got more of Good Morning Cakeland coming up right after this.